Welcome back to Weekend We're Ready with Luke and Meg.
Hi.
The pod that gets you ready for the weekend.
Yeah.
It's Friday.
Luke has herpes on his lip. Everybody's gonna get herpes from watching him.
I was hoping you wouldn't bring that up because
if I didn't bring it
our-
up, man, someone in the comments would have of the YouTube
yeah,
video.
but none of our audio listeners would have ever known.
And isn't that rude to keep them out of the loop?
My head's going through a rough patch.
It really is.
I've still got the nussy, the neck pussy, on the back of my neck. It's gaping, by the way. It got bigger.
It got bigger. It's gotten more circular.
It looks like it's... Oh, no.
What?
Done an anal scene. Sorry. I went away for a week and all of a sudden my neck hole just... Meg comes home and looks at it and goes, how did it get bigger? And I'm like, I don't know.
You went away with 4 other guys?
Yeah.
And you came back with a bigger neck hole.
What happens in Western Australia bloody stays there, mate. I know it's because I wasn't getting it redressed every day at the doctor's. I got it redressed once. And before I went away, the doctor stuffed so much packing into it.
That's what it was.
She filled my hole.
She filled your hole?
Yeah. But then what is funny is when I went back into the doctor's yesterday, you were there.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, I think it got bigger. And he looked at it and goes, oh, no, that's a good sized hole. And I was like, okay, that's good then. He was happy with it. And he reckons it's not very deep either.
No,
he said it was shallow.
It's shallow now. So it's not deeper, but it is more round.
But they've taken out the stitches and it's on the mend. But that's the thing. The back of my head on the mend, front of my head just falling apart. Got a big cold sore there. I'm in my Uggo era.
Uggo.
Yeah.
Uggo era.
Oh my God. Queen.
As my skin's getting better, it's like transferred over to your skin.
Yeah.
Mate, I've just done a spell. It was all intentional. I've cursed you.
We need to spin the wheel.
We do need to spin the wheel.
I'm praying for a turn up. First weekend of the tour. The tour started this week in Werribee and Albury.
It went really well.
Yeah. The first show, first show, I think I was a bit nervous. I'm not gonna lie. But the second show, man, really
Amazing.
good. But hey, if you came to that first show in Werribee, your service to the rest of the country did not go unnoticed.
But hey, they loved the merch.
You took some bullets. I did a Transformers bit that maybe shouldn't have been in the show, but then I also did it in the second show, but it went well. I don't know.
No, that's a good bit. I stand by that bit. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Anyone from my generation will love it. Do you want to spin it? Because I've been doing it for the last 2 weeks.
What are you hoping for?
I'm absolutely hoping for a turn up.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming so are you,
Reese,
because you're going to be with me.
Yeah.
So. Alrighty. We are spinning the wheel.
Let's go.
In 3,
Put some back into
2,
it.
1.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a clean spin. Oh, it's a what? You're kidding me.
Hey, it's completely on a wind down. There is no getting out of that one. That's okay. You're going to smash the shows and then all we're going to do, go home and have some chockies. Have some chockies and go to bed.
No, well, I've got some Fortnite quests to catch up on actually, so I'll bring my Nintendo Switch. I was gonna go out and have fun. That's out off the cards now.
You can have fun. You can still go out and have fun.
I'll have fun doing my quests.
Yeah, and it's also you just might have to sip on some beer out of a tea mug instead.
Or I can just have a hot chucky.
Or you can have a hot chocky. You could do that as well.
Yep.
Bit of fun.
Now, just want to do a bit of a statement. You can, I don't know if you want to back me on this, but I personally want to make a statement about last week's episode.
Okay.
This one we're recording at a much more business hours time.
Yes.
At 11:30 a.m. instead of 11:30 p.m. Things got a little out of hand, I'm not going to lie. It felt like more of a discussion that was caught on camera rather than a podcast.
Yes.
More felt like people accidentally just it's almost like the cameras just randomly recorded us and we could have just been sitting here.
That's because that is exactly what happened, Luke. It's not almost like that is exactly what happened.
So I just want to, I'm not even apologizing. I just want to say we're aware of it and we're aiming to not repeat that.
I liked it. Okay. It was a bit messy, chaotic, but I liked it.
The top comment was, yeah, this episode is weird.
And it was, but I like weird.
Yeah. So that's why I'm not apologizing because I'm not going to.
We're not like other podcasts. We're a weird podcast.
Sadly, we are. Because other podcasts are just people turning on microphones.
Yeah.
We try not be like other podcasts. But yeah, last week we fell into that category.
Yes. How was Perth?
It was good. Open for Blake at his shows. He did the biggest show he's ever done at the Astor Theatre. Man, he did really well.
Crushed it.
I felt like a proud dad on the side watching him.
It's my baby boy.
It really was. And he is like my baby boy. He walked onto one of his favorite wrestlers' walkout themes.
He was so excited.
I've never seen pure joy on his face like that when he realized. There's this moment, go to his Instagram, watch the video of him walking out. It looks like at first so Tyler's kind of filming him walk out in the crowd and stuff. And he kind of at first looks back like he's looking at Tyler like, oh, look how crazy all these people are here for me. Yeah. But then you realize that it's him clocking that it's the Edge's walkout song from like wrestling, from WWE. Like, it's on this day, I see clearly. And it's just going off. And then you see Blake go, oh.
He forgets about all of the people that had come to see him. And he's like, oh my God, it's my song.
Yeah, it's great.
I went and saw the new Little Mermaid film though.
How was?
I loved it. It was so cute. They kept all of the magic. You know how when they realify things, it can like lose its.
I've got to be honest. I've never seen a modern remake of a Disney film. I didn't watch Mulan,
you didn't watch Aladdin?
Lion King. Oh no, Aladdin was the only one.
You watched Aladdin, yeah.
Yeah, the Will Smith one.
Yeah. You haven't watched Lion King?
Back in the day when Will Smith was based, before he started knocking out comedians.
Hells yeah, before he started KOing them.
Yeah, I like the Genie days. You know, I Am Legend, I, Robot, Hancock.
Bruh.
It's a Hancock. Why did I say that so fancy? Hancock.
It's a Hancock. Come to the movies starting. Let's watch some Hancock.
That's probably what the German version was called. Just sounds German.
Yeah, so I really liked it. Except for they fucked up Flounder. So the fat yellow fish that's in the original animated thing called Flounder, we all love him. He's a chunky little muffin. He gets stuck in things because he's so chubby and fat.
Probably one of my top 30 movie fishes.
Yeah, top 30.
Yeah.
There's 30 other movies with fish in it that you're like,
no,
I like that.
There's 30 other fishes in movies.
That you like better?
Yes.
Name them.
Number one by far, it's without a doubt, no question if anyone's disputing this, I'll fight you. Lola from Shark Tale is the biggest baddie under the sea.
Totally. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I thought you were going to say like Nemo or Dory, and I'm like, that is.
I mean, they're in my top 10, obviously. I'm not an idiot. But I would say the entire cast of. Oh, wait, are we doing just fish or sea animals? Because I like the turtles from Finding Nemo too.
Oh,
Crush and Squirt. They're hard.
Yeah, good.
But I would say most of the cast of Shark Tale would be ahead.
Of Flounder?
I probably haven't watched The Little Mermaid since I was like 7. There's so many of I think the only Disney film that I've actually gone to back and rewatched probably like since grade 6. So say from high school to now would have been like The Lion King, Jungle Book, and the Pixar ones. But as far as 2D animation ones, oh man, I think I just saw them all once. I saw like Beauty and the Beast once, and I don't think I've been back.
Oh my God.
Oh, Milan I've gone back for. That's a slammer.
Milan's good, yeah. So they fucked up Flounder. They gave him a few Slim Shakes and turned him skinny. And so he looks like a normal fish.
Disney, be consistent.
Yeah.
On some things, you're making the characters fat as shit for body positivity reasons. And then when you actually had a fat king like Flounder, you make him skinny.
Exactly. And their whole thing, right, was, we wanted to make it realistic. Mate, you've made a movie about literal fish humans. There's a bird that can talk underwater. You can't make a fish fat.
And now the fattest fish ever on camera will just be the one from Finding Nemo, the puffer fish that goes.
Yeah, but that?
It just floats.
That's a good.
Just chills.
It is a good one. Actually, Finding Nemo. Dad and I don't know if anyone else's dad used to do it fucking all the time, but with the scene with the seagulls and they're like mine. I remember like 35% of my childhood just doing that meme, doing that gag.
You know, that's how most people overseas know Australia.
From the my.
Yep. Last night at the show, I was doing crowd work and I was in from the UK here, and because I have bits about going to the UK. And there's I was like, what do you think about Australia? She's like, I'll be honest, until I came here, I didn't realize the whole place wasn't Sydney. And I was like, is that because you saw Finding Nemo? And she goes, yeah. I was like, you thought just we had one bridge, an opera house, and there was one postal address and it was 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. And she's like, pretty much. And I was like, that is that's American levels of ignorance.
Yeah.
And you don't expect that from the Brits. I expect more from the English.
Absolutely. Given that they're the ones who bloody got Australia.
Yeah. Granted, most of us probably think England is just London.
Yeah.
But I because of soccer, we're aware of it. We're like, oh yeah, Manchester.
Yes, because it's soccer. That's why we're aware.
Ariana Grande concerts.
Yeah.
You know. I'm sorry, but I put it on the map.
Did a little bit.
We did my gig next door to that arena.
That's why
not
I said
in
that's
the arena.
Not in the arena.
Yeah.
Imagine. Wow.
I was at the tiny little
Manchester
building
Arena.
next door, the other side of the street. People were like, oh, geez, Luke's going well. And then they looked on the other side of the road and went, oh, he's in that one. Yeah, right.
That makes more sense. Right. So they made him bloody skinny.
Yeah, that's not okay.
Yeah.
But remember when they lopped off the tits of Bugs Bunny's girlfriend?
Lola?
Well, was her name Lola too?
Yeah.
I was going to say her name, then I was like, nah, I've doubted myself.
Wait, is that her name? Lola Bunny?
Yeah, Lola Bunny.
Yeah.
What's up with just straight up animated hotties being called Lola?
I was going to bring this up. I was contemplating saying this downstairs, but I thought everyone was like, you guys were just going to judge the heck out of me for having crushes on animated characters. I don't have full on crush, but it is weird that I feel in some ways sexually attracted to animated characters.
Okay, I wouldn't go as far as sexually attracted.
A little bit.
I think it's a little bit funny to call a bunny with big tits hot. That's where I'm at on that scale. I think it's funny to come on a podcast and go, yeah, Bugs Bunny's girlfriend's a baddie.
It is a little bit of a baddie though. She's a little bit of a baddie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also me, when my friends buy the new Padme skin, I'm like, damn. I'll never forget Tyler. Tyler bought the new Padme skin that dropped on Fortnite, and there's an option where you can choose what she wears, and there's one in Attack of the Clones where they're she's normal, she's dressed Padme is dressed in Queen outfit, a royal outfit. And there's another one where she's dressed in the scene where they escape from the arena, and Tyler just switches it from one to the other, and then he goes, dude, check out that midriff. Just two 27-year-old blokes playing video games fuck, man.
Baddie. That skin's a baddie. Damn. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one who finds weird animated things kind of attractive.
I'm just we're just on the map, and I'm running behind him. He's stopped. I'm don't.
Don't stop. Gotta watch that MIDI. And then also the other one was
who are the hottest?
Do you remember Spirit, the horse?
No.
I know.
Well,
a little bit. I know for a fact that there's some of you out there who are okay, if you're gonna find a horse attractive, Spirit has to be the one.
I was being lenient. I was giving you a bunny with tits. All right, and there's no chance I'm allowing you to come out in this pod and go, yeah, you remember that horse? Imagine if I came out of this podcast do you remember that movie Racing Stripes with the zebra? And you're
No,
yeah.
That's a real zebra, Luke. That's a real one.
Oh,
it's different.
Still an animal.
It's different. It's different one is real. Anyway, hopefully there's at least one other person who's with me on this.
I'm now that's so weird that there's a list. Cosmopolitan, 25 hottest animated characters from movies and TV shows. Oh. Dude, Human Shrek's in there.
I wouldn't. I don't know. I didn't find him that attractive.
What do you think they've put their number one hottest animated character? It's a male, human male animated character.
A human male.
Is there one, and you would know it? Is there one particularly from your childhood that stood out?
Hercules.
Ooh.
Honey, you mean Huncules? Quote.
No. Hint: they have a magic carpet.
Aladdin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, actually, he's a baddie.
Well, he has no nipples, so nothing to suck on. Just saying.
What?
Human Shrek came in at 2.
2. Who's number 3?
Megara from Hercules, the female love interest, I assume.
Oh,
I don't think I've ever seen.
Megara. Oh yeah, she's on the top of my list.
Jeez, this is generous. I would have never. I mean, the bloke's got a jawline on him for sure. Kronk from Emperor's New Groove got a run.
Kronk.
Yeah, you know that kind of big dude. He's got a big chin, but like I wouldn't call. I never did. I watched Emperor's New Groove and been like, God, a couple of.
So there's just like
hunks in here.
There's just someone out there who's like, oh my, what a big chin you have.
Okay, the list gets pretty weird after that.
Okay, just run me through the list. Like go kind of rapid fire.
Number 5 is the Fox version of Robin Hood. Frozone from The Incredibles makes the top 10.
Okay.
Prince Charming.
Oh no.
From Shrek.
Ew, why would you loop him in?
He's a mummy's boy. He gives off major elite private school energy.
Yeah.
He looks like he went to St. Kevin's. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's had a run-in with a couple of high priests.
Oh, yeah.
Larry the Lobster from SpongeBob SquarePants.
You seek help. Seek help. As if Spirit isn't above that.
He's jacked for sure. He looks like he goes to the gym.
He just looks like, I don't know, fat lobster.
I think he just looks expensive. If you were to buy him on a seafood platter, it just looks like a premium lobster.
God, imagine if someone like
I wouldn't want to eat him, but not eat him out, you know? Yeah. There's a difference.
Imagine you're sitting at a restaurant and they bring a lobster out that looks identical to him, and then there's just someone there like, oh my God, I'm getting flustered over this lobster.
Tarzan, I would have put him top 5.
Yeah, I would have thought Tarzan was in the top 5 for
He's been robbed for 17.
Jesus.
Elastigirl, definitely a top 3. Think about the possibilities in the bedroom.
How is that below the lobster?
Yeah. Oh, hey, boys, do you like getting a reach around? Try a quadruple reach around. Sorry, I keep forgetting your mum listens to this.
Your mum the other night to me was like, oh, you know, I'm really sorry. I haven't actually gotten round to listening to the podcast.
Oh.
Like I can do that in my next week. And I was like, oh, Shaz, you don't have to do that.
You're like,
no.
Yeah.
No. And she's like, no, I want to. And I was like, you don't. I was like, you're going to lose respect for me.
She's going to get to this. Well, she's probably already tapped out. But if she listens to this,
okay. All right.
Well, that pretty much rounds it out. I don't even know who this person is. Jim Hawkins from Treasure Planet. That's niche. Never heard of that film. But this good to know that the author has just done a deep dive and really thought about who their favorite hottest animated characters are.
Yeah. But yeah, when I booked the movie, I saw that Hoyts has a new option, where they've got in, like the 4D seats. It's not as like hectic as that, but they have these new motion seats. So like you've got this panel and you can bump it up to like anywhere like up to 100%, or you can bump it down as well. And it like moves with impact. So if you go to like see Fast and Furious, you're getting like flung around on this chair because you're supposed to like feel the action. And
it's like you're in the passenger seat with Vin.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just find it very funny that we've gotten to a point in our society where our kids are just so TikTok-ified and have zero attention span that they literally have to physically abuse them to watch a movie.
Yeah. It's like this urge for constant stimulation has got to the point where if anything goes for longer than like 2 minutes, people just like need to be like,
they need to be back. They need to be jolted.
Yeah, I can't wait for 4D TikTok.
Yeah, dude, they're just going to slap. There's going to be like an intermission. Someone's going to come in and just individually slap everyone in the face.
Hologram's going to come out of your phone in the future and go psh, psh, psh. and then you're like, good, it's 1 a.m. I'll watch a few more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. Is it? I've seen that. Years ago, I went to like the movie. I got invited to this premiere in 4D, and it's the only reason why I went because I wanted to see a movie in
4D.
4D. Because the only other 4D one I'd seen was like Movie World, like
the Shrek 4D
as a kid.
Amazing.
And I think now it's like Lego Movie.
Lego Movie. Yeah.
Or it's probably even changed now. I don't know. I feel like they change it every 5-10 years. But it was the Meg, the movie about you.
Yeah, where I'm like,
she plays a big shark in it.
Yeah.
It was Meg's first role.
It was.
And it was like Jason Statham and stuff. And it's like
He's a great guy.
Lame.
Because I'm in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like this, one of those over the top monster movies essentially. So whenever like the shark was bashing into like the walls of the boat or whatever they were in.
You're just getting jolted.
The seat would just go, doo, doo, and like your popcorn would just be like,
that's what.
It sucked.
Yeah, well, that's what they've got now. And you've got the dial. Did you have the dial on that in that one? So they've got like settings. So you can set it to like 25%, 50%.
You can crank it to 100.
You can crank it to 100.
I went with my friend Dean and we were like, it's 100 or nothing.
Yeah.
So whenever the shark hit the tank, we'd almost get like physically thrown off our seats. It was like, and we were just like, like my back was so sore. It was like, do you remember going on the Lethal Weapon ride at Movie World, the one that bangs your head?
Then it's
not even fun.
Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, it's the Arkham Asylum now.
Now it's.
I think it's closed down.
I think they're creating like a Munchkin Land, the Wizard of Oz.
But it's one of those experiences that like there's no pleasure in this.
Yeah.
And it felt like that watching the film.
Right. Well, I haven't experienced it, and I really want to go and see the new Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah.
And just crank that shit to 100.
I want to see what Ludacris feels like.
I
know what he looks like, but I want to like feel Luda.
Dude,
on the screen.
Feel Luda. You're like, I want to be in Luda.
Yeah. I want
to feel like he's in me.
I want to get a slice of Tyrese Gibson on the screen. You know, I'm excited. What are they even doing in the new one? I don't think I've even watched because the last Fast and Furious, they went to space or some shit.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to top space.
It's the biggest, like, wait till it gets released on binge energy I've ever seen. But now that they've introduced 4D, I'm back in.
I just want to, I know that it's probably going to be shit, but I just want to experience it.
That's the point.
I also find it really funny, like, I have this mental imagery in my head that, like, some grandma is taking her kids to see like The Little Mermaid,
you know,
and she doesn't look at the ticket, and then her grandkids just get launched out of the seats. I'm just so good.
When my gran was 87 years old, and my granddad was about, I don't know, just a few years younger, maybe 84, they accidentally went into a screening of Jackass 3D. At the cinemas, and it took them like 30 minutes to realize
what they
were watching. Well, because I think they just thought it was like a trailer or like I don't know. They were 87. They walked into the wrong cinema and they told my dad.
Did they walk out?
Yeah, they walked out after like half an hour. After like, I'm assuming after something got lodged in Steve-O's asshole, they would have been like, this is probably not whatever like movie said the 1940s that we were going to see.
Yeah.
They're probably going to go see like, I don't know, just like something real tame.
Yeah.
Like the King's Speech. I was trying to think of what's on at that era. Like probably something on that level, like something about the royal family or something.
Yeah.
And then,
or like a romantic movie that's for old people.
Yeah. And they see Dave England shit a volcano out of a hill. And my gran would have been
in
like...
3D. They've got a 3D nutsack coming at ya. Nutsack at gran.
From memory, one of the opening scenes of that movie is like Chris Pontius getting his dick bitten by a snake.
Yeah. Imagine seeing that in 3D. God, I would have given anything to go back and see their faces during that moment.
They said to my dad, we went to the movies and we saw this awful film. It's called Jack, or it was called Ass.
Jack!
It was called Ass or Jack. And Dad goes, did you see Jackass?
Oh God, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Odd segue, but last week we were talking about not Jackass. Why did I say that? I've got Jackass on my mind. Muck-up Day.
Yeah.
I was talking about like the Muck-up Day stories, and I asked people to send in some Muck-up Day stories. And we've got a pretty good list.
Yeah, I got a few crackers. One of my favorites was just what it felt like from the submissions I saw was that Muck-up Day is just kind of slowly gotten worse over time, but it feel like it peaked in the late 80s.
Well, yeah, because now like a majority of the shit is illegal.
Yeah, because everyone's like, all the good ones were like, oh, my dad did this. And it's always like, this one, for example, was a comment on last week's episode. Short and sweet, great submission from Bread. So, my dad's Muck-up Day in Townsville, they put the principal's car on the roof. I have so many questions. How did they get a crane in? That's expensive.
Well, I know that they've got the car lifts in a lot of the schools for like the mechanics. We had a car lift as well.
Yeah, but they're not mobile. They're pretty permanent. They're heavy.
Yeah, but if it was on that roof, then I can understand. You know?
I don't know. I want to know how you got the car on the roof. Pretty funny. I'm not going to lie.
Funny.
It's a harmless prank almost. Like, yeah, it'd be annoying if you're the principal, but man, I'd be impressed.
No one's getting injured.
No one gets hurt from that.
No one gets hurt. Yeah.
It's my favorite kind of prank. It's a bit funny when the whole school's waiting at the end of the day and the principal walks out of his office and he goes to the car spot and the moment of satisfaction if you've spent all day crowdfunding a crane with the student body, getting every kid to contribute $30 to get a crane, right? The crane comes at lunchtime, you'll watch it get hoisted onto the roof, and then at the end of the day, he's coming. He walks out the car park and he goes, that moment where he looks for his car and it's not there, and then the moment where he turns around to the building and just clocks his vehicle on the roof. Chef's kiss.
But how did they get a crane into the school and take the principal's car keys and car and manage to put it on the roof without them realizing it?
Yeah, it feels like a Jim Halpert prank from The Office. It's
no one knows how it's done. It's just done.
Yeah, it feels like TV level prank.
Yeah.
Or like something that MTV would have to fund.
Yeah.
Like off punked.
It
feels like Ashton Kutcher would have had to walk out in order to justify the expense
for sure
of the crane. But it's good.
Another harmless one that I actually really liked was Jacob sent in that a kid bought 100 little rubber ducks and wrote, "If found, please call," and then followed it with the principal's number. And they said that after like 6 weeks later, he was still getting phone calls being like, "Hey, I've got your rubber duck."
It's a lot of effort.
It's a lot of effort. Oh, not really.
No, the reason why that one is less points for me, because you just know that he is being annoyed, but you don't get to like see it. There's no personal satisfaction as the prankee.
Yeah.
Like you don't get like the satisfaction unless you're seeing him pick up the phone and get the calls. You just know like this will probably really piss him off.
I get it. Yeah.
I want the gold at the end of the tunnel.
You want to see it. You want something that's like you see the reaction.
Yeah, if I'm writing a phone number on 100 rubber ducks.
Alyssa sent in actually quite a few and they were all fire.
Okay.
So bought and released 4 chickens in the school. One of these chickens lived for a good few years after by just roaming the school. So they didn't even pick up the chickens. They were like, let them run around, become little school mascots.
I like
leave them in the school.
Because the prank accidentally had longevity to it. Like they could have visited the school as an alumni student, like for some event, even a reunion by the time the chicken was dead. And they're like, oh, there's the chicken we bought.
The chicken.
Just now fat off hot chips from the canteen. It must have just been fed by all the kids.
Yeah, it was just being kept alive. It was like this little school mascot. We had a school mascot. We had the bin cat.
Oh, I remember the cat. It was white and black.
Cat? Yeah. Bin cat would just rock up in a bin and you'd be like putting something in the bin and it would poke its little head out and you'd be like, oh, bin cat's here.
We didn't call it the bin cat. We just called it the cat.
Oh, bin cat, because it was always found in a bin.
It used to hang out near the art rooms.
Yeah.
All the time.
Or the year 7 courtyard.
Yeah, right.
In the bin.
In the bin?
In the bin. Because remember how it had the little holes cut out in the tops of the bins? So it would like slide its way in the bin.
How did it get out?
Apparently the janitor always had to come around and take the cat out of the bin because it would just get stuck in the bin.
Yeah, you can't be like, the cat seems like it's bought the nickname on itself.
Yeah. It's its own fault.
Yeah.
Like don't be a bin cat.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be called bin cat.
It's like Oscar from Sesame Street. You're called the Grouch because you live in a bin, mate.
Yeah. You're a bloody grouch.
Yeah.
Ya? Another one, off milk in water guns. That's
Off milk?
That's,
What's
spoiled.
wrong with just normal milk?
Because it's spoiled, Luke.
I know, but...
It's more disgusting if it's off milk.
Yeah, but you'd
It
have
kind
to
of
smell
just-
it too if you were spraying it everywhere.
It's just a Takashi video if you spray
true.
normal milk. So, at what point are you just becoming a rapper? Like,
That's true.
this one was awesome. Hanging ball sack car thing and like welding it to the car of the strictest teacher because you have to get that like professionally taken off. So she had to drive back from work with a ball sack attached to her car.
Teabagging Speed
Very
Humps and
good.
Roadkill. We
Very
love
good.
that.
We love that. So good. Oh, this is weird. Used fuel to burn a penis into the lawn in the front of the chapel. It was very large. Also burn other things in courtyard lawns. So they just went around to all the lawns and just burnt stuff into it.
This feels regional. You can just sense when you get a country town one. You're like, oh, yeah, we all bought petrol to school and lit shit on fire. Okay, dude. Cool.
And then there were a lot of the classics like the sticky notes in the pads of cars and honey on the seats.
I don't really get around those ones that take so much effort to do. Like when people are like, yeah, we glad wrapped the teacher's car. You're like, what, it'd take you 40 minutes? Do anything else.
Yeah, I know.
You could have like done something fun with your time. Instead,
Anything
you like wasted. I would rather just be in class.
Yeah.
That sounds like an effort. Like if someone was like, yeah, we glad wrapped your car. I'd be like, how long did that take you?
It's not worth it, that it has to be worth the effort. Like the car on the roof, perfect example of that because it's a lot of effort, but boy, what a payoff.
Yeah, it's got to be like high effort, high reward. It can't be high effort and then they've gone. Like if someone put sticky notes in my car, I'd be like, oh, did you do that? And they'd be like, yeah. And I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, so it's not even worth it because
I'd be like, did you have fun doing it? Like, because if you didn't,
it's also just been done so much.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna do something, come up with something new.
That's good.
New singers. Was there any more that you saw?
Yeah. I
singers?
got this sent like this gross list. A few people sent it in. It was like the
private school.
Yeah,
one?
the private school one that got leaked in the news.
Yeah.
And this is the problem with elite private schools. And it's why, look, I'm not saying everyone who goes to a private school is a weirdo. I'm just saying like 98% of you are.
Weird.
Especially all boys ones. I don't know. I don't really actually have much perspective on girls' private schools, but all boys ones, they just get up to weird shit.
It's pretty much the same.
I'll just give you
Very
some examples
elitist.
because some of these are so heinous that I actually don't even want to read them on the podcast.
Okay.
Right. So essentially, it's like this. It's like a tournament list, and they get points for doing different things. The problem I have with this list is some things that are worth the same amount of points are like, for example, one of them for 10 points. I think it was like of 20 points, wax your armpit hair, right? Mm-hmm. But also on the same level of points, rail a cap.
Right.
One is a bit of fun with the lads, like, ooh, my armpit's sore. And the other bit is objectively a crime.
They're underage usually as well when they're doing this. Like a lot of them would be 17.
Well, it's still an illegal drug even if you're overage. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, and also the amount of confidence on these 17, 18-year-olds writing this list. One of them for 100 points is scull a 700 mils of vodka straight for 100 points. Then also have a threesome. Good luck doing both of those things in the same night.
There's no fucking way, dude.
Yeah. Anyway, it's just weird. Yeah. I don't like it.
It's strange, but
every time I hear like a news story about a private school, it just like it makes me angry.
But yeah, there was some goodies on that Muck-up list. Still send in some stories. I would love to hear more. I've enjoyed reading them through all of them.
Now, we need to tell the story. We realized last week we never actually told the story on this public podcast of how we've met.
Yes.
And we have told it before on the Patreon podcast. So sorry if you're listening to this again and you already know. And I think I've told it before. I just feel like I've told this. But anyway, do you want to,
So I was doing a musical with one of Luke's best friends. I was doing Tick, Tick, Boom. And
it was with my friend Tyler, who people may know anyway from the vlogs or BLT, the other podcast, or even this podcast. He comes in occasionally.
Yeah. I mean, the last time he was on, came in blonde.
Yep.
Wow, what a surprise. So I was doing a musical, Tick Tick Boom, with him, and Luke came to see our performance quite a few times. So obviously I felt obligated because I was like, oh, he's practically funding me to do this. So went up, said hi. Your dad was there as well. I met your dad.
Funding what?
Well, we didn't get a lot of money from that, Luke, and you bought 3 tickets. So that was the majority of my paycheck.
Yeah,
yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a hero.
But yeah, I did go 3 nights in a row just because, one of my best mates had made this thing.
Sure, one of your best mates. It's me. But.
Yeah. I do remember like thinking, damn, that girl's a baddie, Same energy as Lola.
Slay.
I remember.
Same energy as Lola.
Yeah. Both the bunny and the fish.
Bruh. I can't believe I'm being looped in with the Lolas.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Quite
Thank you
high
so
praise.
Yeah.
And then we went out after the last show of your run.
Yeah.
And I was not in the market for looking for females. That's the thing. I didn't actually really have thought. I just thought you were attractive, but usually that's not
grounds to be like
grounds to hit on someone in my books.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know why.
Well, I was the same because I thought I was going to move to Western Australia. So I was like not in the realm of like looking for anyone.
Usually when girls are hot, there's something like, no, there's nothing wrong with them. But
and then like 4 weeks later, I'm like, I have autism. And you're like, oh, that's it. That
yeah, but I don't
makes
think
more
that's
sense.
that's not a red flag.
No, I know. Yeah. And so we were kind of trying to put each other off almost, like joking to each other, trying to say like the weirdest shit all night. Obviously not like creepy or anything, but just like trying to say the funniest things.
I was just trying to make you think I was weird so I didn't have to get rejected or even like pursue anything. I wasn't really looking to pursue anything. So there was Star Wars playing on the projector in black and white in this like indie bar on Chapel Street kind of thing. And then I started saying like dropping some deep lore facts about Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I always thought like, save the negotiations on Naboo and the Phantom Menace had have gone better. They never would have wound up in this situation. And then Meg fired back with some
intergalactic trading knowledge.
Yeah, she was like, yeah, but like if the Republic hadn't have done that, I feel like the Senate would have reacted accordingly. And what she said, it wasn't just gibberish. I thought about it and I was like, damn, I've never thought about it like that before. And it really threw me off. And I remember I went to the toilet and I was like, who is this girl? I was like, it rattled me. Yeah. Because I was like genuinely, I do that a lot to people where I just say a lot of big words that they probably wouldn't understand in a short time span. And then they go, he's weird.
Yeah. Well, particularly if it's Star Wars chat. Yeah. Not a lot of girls know the inner workings of Star Wars.
No. And then I found out years later that you were just regurgitating things that Tyler was telling you. So turns out I just fell in love with my best friend.
Yeah, so 3 days prior to that, Tyler and I were having the exact same conversation because we were rewatching all of the Star Wars. And so drunk Meg was just regurgitating this same old conversation that I had had 3 days ago.
I just thought I'd met like the biggest
Tyler.
Star Wars nerd on the planet. And that is like, because honestly, there is nothing more, just to me, this is personal, I'm sorry if this offends you, but there's nothing more unattractive to me than the type of girl that was like, oh, like guys are into like Star Wars, such a red flag, like so lame and nerdy. Like you can not be into it. I don't care. You can just be like, I don't know, it's not for me. But anyone like against someone for just enjoying whatever they like. Yeah. Hate that. I always see these videos on TikTok where this girl, the guys, the shitty interviews where guys interview girls on the street. Yeah. And they're like, what's the red flag? And there's one that just bothered me. She was like, when guys are really into Kung Fu Panda. And I was like, oh
no. No.
Terrible take. Great trilogy.
That's a great trilogy. Yeah, so we were kind of trying to like put each other off the whole night with all of like chat like that. And we were just finding each other like amusing. I think at the end we were just like.
By the end, I was trying to make you laugh. By the end, I was like, realized I was interested in conversing with you. Still wasn't really interested in pursuing anything. Yeah. But I was like, well, I am having fun in this conversation.
It's a fun chat. Yeah.
I think I was just trying to friend zone you.
Yeah.
I was just trying to like. I thought you were a really nice person, and I really liked the musical and stuff that you guys did together. So I just thought, oh, what's the quickest way to kind of just make nothing happen here?
And it's just a friend zone.
Because I was recently single at the time.
Yeah.
Then on the dance floor later on, this is how we got talking. So we had a brief chat on the dance floor about Star Wars.
Yes.
About an hour later, it's the point of the night where everyone's on the dance floor having a boogie, and I was trying to convince my friend Alex that no one uses Snapchat anymore, because it was in that period where Snapchat was really dying, but it was a thing before that.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I've got heaps of followers on Snapchat. I don't give a shit because no one even watches anyway. I'll post anything. And he goes, all right, film that. And then there's this couple just making out, like locking tongue on the dance floor. So drunk me with full flash from 1 meter away just starts filming this couple like just all over each other, making out on the dance floor. 3 seconds later, my phone just gets slapped out of my hand by like one of the girl's friends.
Yeah.
So the girl was making out with some guy. One of her friends came over and went, what the fuck? And slapped this like massive Lebanese chick. I was never been more afraid.
It's terrifying. Yeah.
She's like, what the fuck? And she starts going off. And then she like puts up her fist to like go punch me in the face.
Yeah.
And then Meg, just like the hero.
No, this is what happened. I slide in as like this is happening, like in front of Luke. I turn around, I see Luke literally disappear into the crowd, like he's sucked into the abyss, and I turn back and this girl is fucking going off, right?
And then Meg just goes, oh my God, I love your dress, babe. And the girl just stops screaming and goes, oh my God, thank you so much.
And I was like, oh my God, you're so pretty. And she's like, oh my God, thank you so much. And I was like, I'm so sorry about that. Like, I have no idea. Oh, I'll get him to delete that, obviously. It's so gross. And she's like, I know, right? It's so gross. Yuck. Like, I don't like that. And like,
she has a point.
diffused this situation completely. And then I feel this like hand on me, like literally dragging me out of this situation. And I turn around and it's Dean.
Yeah.
And Dean's like, oh my God, are you okay? Oh my God. You almost got punched. He was like, I literally saw a fist up. And I was like, I know, it's crazy. And I'm like jumping around like, wow, I've got so much adrenaline right now. Like,
Dean turns around to me and goes, walk away. And I was like, good idea. Yeah. And I just like faded into the crowd on the dance floor, like danced my way out of there. Yeah. And then I felt, obviously I was intoxicated, and it was definitely a horrible thing to do. Don't film people making out on the dance floor. Don't do that. Even if you're trying to prove to your friend that how dead Snapchat is.
Don't do it.
Although,
not a good idea.
May I say, point proven.
Yes. Yeah.
But I obviously deleted the video. I probably wouldn't have posted it. I was just trying to make a dumb point.
Yeah.
And then later on the way home, we're all in like, then we had this big saga outside where your friend, the other guy in the musical, dropped his phone down like a...
Well, no, technically I dropped the phone.
grate?
He gave it to me and I was like, yeah, I can hold it, as I was standing over literally a grate.
Yeah.
And then because I had two phones in my hand, his top one slipped out.
Just dropped into like a
dropped
sewer.
straight into it. Yeah,
and
straight
then,
into the drain.
Then we all left, and Meg's pretty drunk, and we come out of this nightclub or whatever, and she's like, Bailey's phone's in the drain. Someone needs to get that. And Tyler and I then go on a mission to 7-Eleven, and we bought every single adhesive product that they had in the store. We bought blue tack, sticky tape, there's something else.
There was super glue. You managed to get super glue.
And then something else. I think we bought like a sticker, thinking we could like get the other end of the sticker and then stick it with like anyway. And then we got a piece of bamboo that we found, and we were sticking all these like adhesive stuff. I think the blue tack ended up working in the end.
Yeah.
You would stick the stick down the drain and try and fish out the phone and get it to stick on the blue tack and then get it up. It took like half an hour to get out.
But might I add, while this was happening, there was a crowd that started to form around. So in the end, there were like 30 to 40 people literally standing around us going, and and then it would drop and they'd be like, ah.
Because it was that point of the night where people kind of Ubering home. So while people were waiting for their Ubers or eating their kebabs, we attracted a big crowd because we kept getting the phone right up to the top of the grate. But it was a problem once we got it to the top. We'd have about 10 seconds before it became unstuck.
Yeah.
And then it would just fall back down into the drain. So it was like, we were trying to fish it out. Like, there was 3 people on it.
Yeah.
And it was like Meg, Tyler, and I pretty much trying to get it out as a team.
Yeah.
And then I guess we bonded over that. That's a weird thing to bond over.
I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't call it bonding. I think that was where the friendship
So that's the
really
first time
blossomed.
you ever hugged me.
Yeah.
In the excitement of the phone coming out, Meg just like, everyone was cheering like, ah, we got the phone out. And Meg just runs up to me and gives me like this celebratory hug. Like, we did it. We did
We got the phone.
And I remember like you hugging me in this alley and I was like, oh, why is the Star Wars girl hugging me?
I was just pure joy.
Yeah, no,
I was like,
was
this
great.
is so exciting.
And then on the way home, you did not take your eyes off me.
Yeah.
So we're in
I was
like
quite smitten in the ride home.
You're like, God, this guy, he knows a lot about the, intergalactic trade routes of Naboo. He gets phones out of drains.
You were just funny. Like, I hadn't had a conversation like that with another guy before. So it was actually not another guy, another person in general. Like, I hadn't like mixed that well with someone ever as like, especially in one night.
Yeah.
It was weird.
So it was Dean and I in the back. My friend Dean and I on the back of the Uber because we're like the cool kids at the back of the bus. And then Meg was in the second back seat, but she's the whole time just leaned over the seat like this, talking to us for like 40 minutes on the way home.
Yeah.
And we eventually drop you off before our stop because you live a bit closer to the city than we did.
Yeah.
And as soon as you get out of the car, Dean just turns to me and goes, "You idiot." And I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "You need to apologize to me. What you did tonight was like so not cool, dude. You almost got a punch in the face." And I was like, "I know, I feel like such a dick." And we're like, genuinely, I was like, I'm such an asshole. I was like, "I'll apologize like immediately." So the only reason why I messaged you, and it wasn't, I don't even know if I would have messaged you. I don't remember if I would have.
Yeah.
I guess I would have maybe. Like, it was good to me. It was like, I don't know where my head was at. But the reason why I first looked you up on Instagram, I was like, "What's her name again?" And it was like, "It's Meg something, right?" And they're like, "I think Archibald." And I was like, "Okay." And I looked you up on Instagram, like didn't even follow you. I think just sent you a message.
Yeah.
And was like, "Hey, it's Luke from tonight. I'm so sorry. I almost got you punched in the face. That was such a dick video." I just sent
That's
this.
that's really funny because that's actually not the conversation. The first thing that you ever said was, "Hey," this was like 3 a.m. It was, "Hey, sorry, I almost got you punched."
Oh, that's it. See, in my drunk head, I was like, "Great apology. You've nailed it."
It's so good. Looking back at all those old messages, I'm like, this is so fucking rogue. That's rogue as shit.
So yeah, that's how we met. I almost got punched on a dance floor.
Yep. And then we had our first date at Pancake Parlor.
We stayed there for like 4 hours.
Yeah. And then...
Because I had a gig that finished at like 10 p.m. and you're like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, coming home from the city." You're like, "Have you eaten?" And I was like, "No." And she's like, "Do you want to go to get food?" And I was like,
Choco Clock. That's
like,
exactly
it's
what I
10
said.
p.m. on a Tuesday. And I was like, that means one thing, Pancake Parlor.
I love Pancake Parlor as well.
And then we stayed there till like 2 a.m.
Yep. And then we had our first kiss outside of a KFC. And literally as I was mid-bite of a popcorn chicken go bucket, Luke goes, "Hey, so can I kiss you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I brush off all of off the salt from my hand.
A mouthful of chicken salt. And I'll never forget.
A greasy kiss.
It was closed mouth Meg.
No, we're not bringing this back because otherwise I'm going to bring back the next thing.
That's fine. Closed mouth Meg.
First time, Limpy Luke. So you went there, I'm going to go there.
You didn't know how to kiss properly.
No, I did. I just thought the way that I do it is I close mouth kiss and then I go open. You don't go straight in for the open. Otherwise you look like a fish going straight in. You're like...
No, you look like a fish in the opposite way. You went in like...
No, I didn't.
You like kissed me like just with pursed lips. Like it was almost like you just like wanted to like touch lips with me. I was like...
I wanted to start. You start small and then you go big. Because if you go big from the get-go, then you just look like a codfish going in at it. You know, ain't nobody got time for that. But anyway, yes, it was a closed mouth. Yeah, it had been a while.
I call her closed mouth Meg for like a week after that.
Yeah, it was a while. I hadn't kissed for a very long time. So out of practice.
It showed.
That's all I can say. Yeah, sorry.
Anyway, that's the story.
Yep.
So we met the old school way, analog, in person,
Yes.
with conversation. Rare these days.
Very rare.
All right, I think that's the end of the episode.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for tuning in. Yes. Let us know your animated character that you find the most hot, and you'll end up on a watch list. But the more the merrier on the list.
It's just a bunch of Luke and Meg listeners.
And that's all. My tour is started, so I'd love to see you there. Griffith this weekend, then regional New South Wales. I'm coming to Goulburn, Tamworth, Orange, Nowra. It feels like I'm listing like a place that a country market would be on as well.
Taking the pot on the road.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, yes, we are taking the pod on the road. Also, I'll be at the merch desk, so, come say hi. Come buy some merch. Pretty fire.
Sick.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Do you want to do the plug or...
No.
No, we're good. Alrighty. Well, thanks for tuning in.
LukeHidgel.com.
All right.
Bye.
See you guys. Bye. Bye, everyone.